Go ahead, laugh while you still can. I am not done yet. You think I am finished because I fell. You think the story ended when I hit the ground. You look at the broken pieces of me and believe that is all I will ever be. I have heard the whispers behind my back. I have seen the smirks when I walk past. I have felt the weight of every joke made at my expense. They think their laughter is proof that they won. But what they do not understand is this. The fall was not the finale. It was the spark. The cracks they mocked are where the fire started to breathe. Keep laughing while you still can. Enjoy it while you believe I am still crawling. Because the version of me they remember no longer exists. Something colder is rising, something stronger. I'm not here to entertain their laughter anymore. I am here to rebuild, to rise, to make them regret ever thinking I was done. The real fight is just beginning. And when I stand again, the sound of their laughter will be replaced by silence. They laughed at you too, did they not? When you stumbled, when you failed, when life pushed you to your knees. People always seem to find joy in someone else's fall. Think about it. The moment you slip, the crowd appears. They are quick to point, quick to whisper, quick to laugh. They act as if your worst moment defines your entire story. As if a single chapter means the book is over. There's a strange kind of silence that comes after the laughter fades. Everyone leaves, the room empties out, and you are left with nothing but the echo of their voices. That silence feels heavier than the laughter itself. It crawls under your skin and lingers in the back of your mind. You start to wonder if they were right about you, if you were truly finished. That is the trap they set without even realizing it. They want you to believe that your fall was the end. But here is the truth. Failure is not the end of the story. It is the starting point of transformation. The same silence that mocked you becomes the space where you rebuild. The pain becomes fuel, the doubt becomes fire, and the laughter that once haunted you becomes the reminder of what you are destined to overcome. They think the game is over. They think your story is done, but it has only just begun. They laughed at the wreckage. At the moment I was at my lowest, they found entertainment in my pain. Friends who once promised loyalty went silent. Family, members who claimed to support me started avoiding my eyes. Strangers I had never even met smiled at my misery because misery makes them feel superior. There is something about weakness that draws out the worst in people. They gather around it like vultures circling a wounded animal. They want to see you fail because it makes their own failures feel smaller. Their laughter is not about you. It is about them. It is a reflection of their own fear of ever standing where you stood. I remember their faces, the smirks, the shaking heads, the whispers that they thought I could not hear. Every word, every chuckle felt like a blade sliding just a little deeper under the skin. At first, that laughter almost broke me. It felt humiliating. I wanted to disappear, to sink so low that no one could see me again. But then something shifted. I began to see their laughter not as proof that I was finished, but as fuel. Every joke was a spark. Every smirk was a reminder. They were building the fire that would eventually burn down their doubt. There was a night I still remember clearly. The room was dark, except for a single light on the wall. I was sitting on the floor, surrounded by the pieces of what used to be my life. Everything I had built felt like it had been ripped apart. The silence in that room was heavy, pressing against my chest until I could hardly breathe. That was the night the voice inside me spoke louder than ever before. It said, "Enough." It said, "Stand up." It said, "You are not finished." I realized in that moment that no one was coming to save me. Not the people I helped, not the ones who cheered for me when I was on top. No one. The only person who could drag me out of that darkness was the one sitting in that room, broken but not destroyed. The tears dried that night. The shaking stopped. The pain was still there, but it had changed. It became sharper, cleaner, almost like a blade I could use instead of a wound that kept cutting me. That was the night I drew the line in the sand. I told myself the laughter they threw at me would be the very reason I would rise again. I promised myself I would turn their ridicule into my reason to fight. That was the night I decided I was not done yet. Rising again is not glamorous. It does not come with applause. It begins in silence, far from the eyes of those who laughed. While they sleep, you work. While they celebrate, you sacrifice. The nights are long and quiet. The world thinks you are gone, but you are in the shadows, rebuilding yourself piece by piece. You give up the comfort you once knew. You let go of the people who never believed in you. You sacrifice the habits that kept you weak. You cut ties with distractions and pour every ounce of strength into what you are becoming. Most people will never understand this part of the journey. They will not see the hours you put into honing your skills. They will not witness the moments you choose discipline over comfort. They will not know the battles you fight alone when no one is watching. The grind is like planting seeds underground. For a long time, nothing seems to grow. The soil looks the same. You question yourself. You wonder if all the effort will ever show results. But growth always begins where no one can see it. One day the ground will break open. One day the results will start to show. But by the time they notice, the roots will already be deep, unshakable. That is the truth of rebuilding. It happens in the dark, in silence, fueled by the memory of their laughter. The person who started the climb is not the same person who reaches the summit. At first, I just wanted to prove them wrong. I thought my comeback would be about revenge. But as I kept grinding, something inside me shifted. The pain that once felt unbearable turned into discipline. The anger that used to cloud my thoughts became focus. The sadness that almost broke me became my fuel. I started to feel different. Colder but in control, stronger but not reckless. I no longer cared about their approval. I stopped craving their attention. The only thing I cared about was progress. My body began to change. My mind became sharper. I learned to move with purpose, to think with strategy, to act with precision. Every scar became a reminder that I had survived worse before. The version of me they mocked no longer exists. That person is gone. In their place stands someone who cannot be bent as easily, who cannot be broken as quickly. They will not recognize me when they see me again, and that is exactly how I want it to be. Here is my warning to them. Laugh while you can. Enjoy your jokes while you still believe I am the same broken person you left behind. Am not chasing revenge. Revenge is too small. What I am after is growth, progress, success so undeniable that it silences every voice that ever mocked me. There will come a day when they will have to face what I have become. A day when their laughter will dry up, not because I demanded it, but because they will see with their own eyes what their mockery helped create. I do not need to shout or threaten. I will let my results speak for me. I will let my actions become the answer to their ridicule. Their laughter will be replaced by the sound of their own disbelief. To anyone who has been laughed at, hear me now. You are not finished. You are in the middle of your story. The people who mock you today will one day have to watch you rise. Laugh while you can, I say to them. The silence that follows will be deafening. Laugh while you can. I am not done yet. Remember these words. Let them echo in your mind whenever you feel the weight of someone's laughter pressing down on you. Their laughter is temporary. Your progress will outlast their jokes. To every person watching this, I want you to understand something. The pain of being mocked is not a curse. It is a weapon waiting to be used. Every insult, every smirk, every whisper behind your back can either break you or build you. The choice is yours. You are not defined by the chapter where you fell. You are defined by the chapters you are still brave enough to write. The people who laughed at you will not be there when you rise. They were never meant to be part of your victory. Use their laughter as your reminder. Let it push you to keep going when you feel like stopping. Let it be the fire that keeps you awake when the world sleeps. One day you will stand taller, stronger, colder, unstoppable. And when you do, the laughter that once haunted you will become nothing more than the sound of their disbelief. To those who doubted you, who mocked you, who thought they had seen the end of your story, remember this. Laugh while you can. I am not done yet. Every laugh you hear today is only applause for the story they do not realize you are still writing.